the LaRoseBros.
And today, we're going to be giving you a review of a few different ways to store your poles when you're going out fishing to different locations. So we have a few different strategies and also items that can help you store your poles and keep them safe while you're out on a fishing trip.
So here we have a basic fishing pole holder. We've had this for a while. It has a shoulder strap and a fishing pole buckle right here. You can just put it over like this, and there's some Velcro straps here to strap in your fishing poles, and lots of holders for each individual pole.
Yeah, so I have a fishing pole right here, and this can store up to 5 fishing poles. It works better for less because the strings, something we notice is that the strings can often get tangled if you have too many poles. So we put it right there, and then up here you just strap it in right over the pole, and then it keeps it nice and straight. So this is a good way to organize your poles when you're taking them out, to store them so they don't get damaged. However, they are exposed to the outside world, so they can get damaged, they can get banged around, and something we noticed is they often get tangled if you leave too much slack.
Yeah, however, there is a buckle right here that you can loosen up. There's a shoulder strap that you can use to hold onto it and put it on your back when you're walking around, and it's just a pretty good overall fishing pole holder. We just noticed that they are exposed and they can get tangled sometimes. So I'm not sure if this would be the best option, but this is what we usually use.
Yeah, we've been using it for quite a while now, and we've liked it, but I don't know if it's the best strategy.
So this is what the fishing pole holder looks like with multiple poles in it. As you can see, it can hold up to 5 poles, and it works really well with different size, different length poles. Over here we have a pretty long pole, and it can stick out the top, and there's nothing stopping it, so that's something else good with it. And yeah, and we can just get this strap right here, put it over to keep all the fishing poles secure, and it just buckles right there, so there's no chance of the fishing poles falling out while you're carrying it. The only thing that I would say I don't really like about this is that the fishing poles can get tangled and they're exposed. So if you're worried about your fishing poles, this might not be the best decision because they're exposed and have potential risk of entanglement and other things getting in their way because there's nothing covering them.
So we have a few baits right here, tackle box, and then some jigs. And the cool thing about this is that it has a compartment right here. Down here you can just slide some stuff in and carry it. So you can just slide the tackle box in right there. It goes all the way down. There's a lot of storage space in there, and when you're ready you can just seal it off so it can't do anything. And you can pick up the carrier and you can carry it just like that. So the pole's all right here, and you got your storage in on that side, and it works pretty well. Again, it can hold 5 poles plus some tackle as well. So it's pretty versatile, but it's not the most safe thing for your poles. Alright, so we went over the first pole holder, the pros. It's really easy. You can store up to 5 poles. You can have any length pole that you want, and there's some extra storage space as well. And now we're moving on to a really interesting idea that we had. We actually bought a piano case that's long enough for fishing poles, and it just rolls up really easy right here, so it's good for storage. But if you want to have fishing poles in it, then you can unroll it. This is a Kozin, I believe it's pronounced like that, piano case, and we're actually going to repurpose it as a fishing pole holder.
So we bought this off of Amazon. It cost $63. As we said, it's usually for a piano case, but we thought that we could turn it into a fishing pole holder. And it is by Akozan, whatever. And there's no straps or anything on the inside. So later we're planning to add some Velcro straps to keep the fishing poles in place so they're not jiggling around inside. And what I really like about this is that once we turn it into a fishing pole holder, the fishing poles are completely protected from rain, anything else, and it's a really long case, so they all can be inside there really, really snug and protected.
Yeah. So the first couple downsides that we're starting to see is, of course, if you want the fishing poles to not jiggle around inside, you're going to have to add some straps, and if you're going to need to do that by sewing, probably. But some piano cases, it might be a little bit easier. You might be able to come up with a creative way to secure them in. And also, you can't have fishing poles longer than the bag, so that's another downside.
Yeah.
However, some pros that you can already see is that it's going to be the fishing poles are going to be really protected from rain. If you're out fishing in the rain, they're going to be protected if you accidentally bang the bag into something, and they're not hopefully not going to get as tangled because they're not outside jiggling around, and if they're more pressed down in place from the bag. So yeah, we're gonna put a few fishing poles in it and see how it looks.
Yeah, the previous holder we had was bendy. This one is pretty stiff, so the fishing poles aren't gonna bend around and potentially get tangled.
And yeah, that's a really good point. This bag is a lot more structured. The previous bag relied on the fishing poles as structure, but this bag actually has some structure of its own. It's a lot more sturdy.
Yeah.
So it's not going to put so much pressure on the fishing poles when you're setting it down.
Yeah, so this one is a lot more sturdier, and you don't have to be as worried, and we're hoping that it will turn out a lot better than the one we always use. So yeah, we're going to put some fishing poles in and show you how it looks. So here we have our fishing poles in our bag. And as you can see, once we close this, it'll be really sturdy. It's not bendy or anything. And hopefully this will protect them a lot more because they're not exposed.
Yeah. And as we said, we're going to be adding some Velcro straps in here to keep the fishing poles in place. As you can see, we have the same 5 fishing poles in here. It looks a little bit like there's not as much room, but hopefully the amount of security and protection this bag gives will make up for a few fishing pole tangles. And we're going to go ahead and close this up. And all the fishing poles fit in here fine. It's not really squished at all, and we can pick it up like this and carry it around.
Yeah, and it looks really protected. It doesn't look like there's any chance of it getting like the fishing poles getting damaged. I would say that getting tangled is always something that you need to watch out for. That's why we're adding the straps, and it's definitely going to protect them from weather and other things that might be of an issue. So this is what it looks like when we're holding it. You can just carry this with the shoulder strap, and it actually isn't, it's not super awkward to carry. It's really big, but it feels fine, and I feel really good about my fishing poles being protected in here. Not so much without the Velcro straps, but as we said, we're adding them soon, and I think that this would definitely make a difference with protection. I don't know about entanglement, but the protection seems a lot better.
Yeah, and as you can see, there's some storage right here. It's not as much as with the other fishing pole holder, but you can fit a tackle box in there. So a small tackle box. So it's enough storage.
Yeah, so this compartment in here Also keeps your tackle box. If you have a small tackle box like this and you don't want to have to carry it, this bag got you covered. There's a place for that, and the fishing poles, everything in here. There's no chance of weather or anything else from the outside is gonna damage anything in here, which is why the main reason why we really like this piano case that we're going to use to turn into a fishing pole holder.
Yeah, so for only $63, you can get this really nice piano case that you can easily repurpose as a fishing pole holder. And another really good advantage of this is if you're traveling and you're going to put this, you need to store fishing poles in the back of your car or in your trunk, then this is a really good option because you don't have to worry about the fishing poles getting crushed. Because with the other fishing pole holder, if you put something on top of it, it's going to crush those fishing poles. With this, as long as you don't put anything heavy on it, it should be fine.
Yeah, and also the other fishing pole holder, the fishing poles would be sticking out of the top. So if you're worried about putting into the back of your trunk, in the back of your car, and you're sticking in there, you don't have to worry with this one because, as you can see, it's completely protected. There's no chance of anything getting snapped as long as you're not applying too much pressure anywhere on here. So I really like this piano case as a fishing pole holder, and most fishing pole holders are not covered. They're more exposed. They don't have as much protection as this does. But we got off of Amazon for only $63, and I think it was a good choice.
So, a strategy that you need to make sure when putting away your poles is to always keep this point down. You have to always keep it down. Don't put it this way, because if you put it this way, then there's a lot more chance that if you're putting it into your car, this tip is going to break. So always make sure to keep it down where it's more sturdy down here, and make sure your tip is never below this part.
Make sure that it's about an inch above so that there's no chance of anything breaking when you're putting it into the back of your car or anything.
So we hope you enjoyed this video on how to store your fishing poles properly, and if you want to check out some more fishing pole videos, we have a rod holder that we often use on our kayak, so that's a really cool way. It's another gadget that you can use while you're fishing to just make it easier to store your pole so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, so make sure to check out our rod holder video. We have tons of other videos about fishing, hiking, everything outdoors on our channel. So make sure to check that out and check out our online merchandise. It really supports us when you buy merchandise. And please consider subscribing and liking this video.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
And we'll see you next time.